How's everybody doing this morning? Awesome. Well, today I'm going to be talking to you about smartphone technologies and, what they're all about, what they do, maybe a little bit of history. First, I want to talk about what smartphones do for us. As a lot of people know, they pretty much do everything we need them to do, no matter what it is. As far as a simple Google search to telling you where you're going to go, watching videos, browsing the internet, social media, you get the point. The next thing I want to talk about is a brief history of them, because there's not that much to tell. They aren't too good. As you can see by this picture, they've had a lot of history in the last couple of years. They've been a thing, and they've gone from big, too small, too big again, which is how we want it done. The first smartphone is the Simon Personal Communicator. It was designed by IBM. They were under contract from Bell South Cellular Corporation, i.e. Mitsubishi Electronics. It was released in 1994, and it was the first PDA device ever to send and receive cellular calls. It had the ability to send and receive emails and faxes, view a world clock, create handwritten annotations, connect to a desktop computer, and share files. When it launched, the price tag was $1,100, which is a hefty price back then, for now. And I want to show you a video about it.
Trade show, history was very quietly made. IBM showed off a small prototype phone that they had been developing. It included PDA features and a large touchscreen. In 1994, the phone was refined further and put onto the market with the name the Simon Personal Communicator. And you guessed it, this was the very first smartphone. Interestingly enough, even though the phone was developed by IBM, it was actually manufactured by Mitsubishi Electronics. So what could this phone actually do? Well, in addition to its ability to make and receive phone calls, Simon was able to send and receive faxes, emails, and included several other apps like an address book, calendar, appointment scheduler, calculator, world time clock, and a notepad through its touchscreen display and stylus. It was so advanced that people didn't even know what they were really looking at. Sales of the IBM Simon were short-lived between August 16, 1994, and was discontinued less than a year later in February of 1995. It sold 50,000 units. For those of you interested in a few technical fun bits, let's check out some specs of the phone.
Okay, let's move on. Okay. Next, I want to talk about the race between Apple and Android. It was kind of inevitable, honestly. Apple was a big contender when the iPhone first came out, and then Android was kind of just hot on their heels. They kind of eased into it. It wasn't their first phone really wasn't the best phone, mind you. Keep in mind while you listen. The first phone released by Apple was the iPhone. Featured a 3.5-inch screen at 320 by 480 resolution. It ran the first version of the iOS operating system, and it was available with 4, 6, 8, and 16 gigabytes of flash storage. It had a 2-megapixel camera. It started at $499 and released on June 29, 2007. The first Android that was released was the HTC Dream. It had a 3.2-inch screen size with a 320 by 480 resolution display. It had a full keyboard attached, so you could flip up the screen and use the keyboard, like a lot of us remember older phones. It had a 3.15 megapixel camera, which was slightly better than the iPhone, but not really. 256 megabytes of internal storage, which is not that great compared to the iPhone, but you could expand to 16 gigabytes with an SD card if you needed to. The price tag on it was a cool $179. It was released on October 20th, 2008. So, about a year after the iPhone, I would say. And I have another one for you about the Android and iPhone.
That dominates the front of the phone. So this is actually a little bit funny because in terms of specs, just raw specs, the iPhone in some areas outdoes the Android phone. Nowadays, that's very rare to see that in most areas, but the iPhone actually had the larger display. It's funny for me to say that. 3.5 inches at 480 by 320 resolution. So that means the Google G1, which has the same resolution, is a little bit sharper with a 3.2 inch display, but I gotta say the iPhone is definitely the clear winner here. It blends seamlessly with the front of the phone. It's a cleaner look, whereas on the G1 it has a, I don't know, this weird appearance to it. You can't turn it very well, you can't see this, not much viewing angle to it whatsoever. So it's definitely a win for the iPhone on the display. But let's talk hardware for a minute. So I gotta say, there's no way that Google copied Apple in terms of hardware. It's just night and day difference here. The iPhone is almost twice as thin. It's got only one input, whereas the HTC G1, this dream phone, can't make up its mind what it wants to be. Does it want to be a fully touchscreen phone, or does it want to be navigated like a BlackBerry with a little scroll wheel down here, or a actual keyboard to control some things in case you get bored with the other two input sources? So it's a little bit of an identity crisis, doesn't really know what it is. I guess it worked well. A lot of people did like this guy having the choice, but Apple just said no, only a touch display, no stylus, nothing like that. And in the end, it really worked out. I mean, look at every Android phone today, it's just...
That was where I want to stop there. They, funny enough, Apple was not too pleased about Android coming back at them with their own phone. Which they really, I don't think they really knew they were going to be a big contender back then, really. I mean, I guess Google was the owner of the operating system, or I guess Android made it, but then Google bought it from them several years later. Now, since we did a little history lesson, I want to talk about today's most popular phones. Most popular phones today, by my opinion anyway. Samsung would be the Samsung Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus, Google Pixel 2 and 2 XL, the OnePlus 6, Apple iPhone X, and LG V30. I originally had a whole bunch of videos to show you, but I'm just going to show you a couple today. This is the OnePlus 6. I actually like it the most out of all the new phones. Okay, and the next one I want to show you is the Samsung. Actually, no, let me go back. 'Cause So now I want to talk prices, which is a lot of hullabaloo for sure. So the S9 Plus is coming in at $839.99 by the factory or by the Samsung website, and all the phones I'm presenting are the 64 gigabyte versions. The Google Pixel 2 XL on the website is $1389. The OnePlus 6 is $528. The Apple iPhone X is $999.99, and then the LG V30 is $899.99. So they're pretty comparable, other than the OnePlus, it's kind of the lure in the situation. Okay. Okay, so next I want to talk about a few that I just thought I would kind of throw in there. First, I want to talk about the Asus ROG phone. Quite literally a gaming phone made for gaming. I thought it was pretty interesting. And then the Oppo Find X. It has the highest phone to screen ratio on the market. And it has a weird little camera. Show you what I mean. This one is for the Asus. They're just kind of trailers. Has a ton of cool gadgets with it, and I'm not so sure how I feel about it. The next one's the Oppo.
There are countless possibilities in the future.
that's gonna wrap it up. Does anybody have any questions?